and welcome to the class. Today we are going to learn how to create a landing page for our portfolio with React. Now, before we start, I'm going to give you a brief about what React is. As you can see, React is a JavaScript library and we use it to build user interfaces, especially for web and mobile applications. Now, what we do with React is create usable UI components, and it makes the development process very, very easy. So that is how we can make really complex user interfaces. Now, what React does is it allows developers to create interactive user interfaces by breaking the whole interface into smaller components or smaller chunks. Now, these components are independent and they can be reused throughout the application, throughout the building process of the application, right? Now, when we are using React, we have to understand a few things. First of all, as I was talking about, React is a component based architecture. What does that mean? Is that we can reuse the components that we have built all throughout the application that we are building, right? Now, for example, if your form has a few buttons and the buttons more or less do the same work, so we can create a parent component and then reuse it whenever it is necessary for us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the very first thing that you need to do when you are starting off with React. So the very first thing that you need to have in your system is the node.js downloaded, right? Once it is downloaded, you can come and because the version of React, it is a library and it keeps on getting updated. Because it has changed, we have also changed the command to download React. What you need to do is simply go to the Windows terminal in your computer, and we are going to get started from there. So in the Windows terminal, you just open the terminal, and what you do is you copy this particular line of command in the uh, boilerplate code or the boilerplate library that you have downloaded from React. Okay. So over here, you will see that if you make changes in app.js, that is where your changes where you're going to make, and it is going to show you the output of it. So if I come back to this particular, so over here, again, in the public folder, we have index.html and the rest are the logos and the favicon, right? And contact. So this is what my list is going to have. Okay. Now, again, so after this, how do I make it functional? How do I make it more appealing is what we are going to learn from here. So after you have created the list, that is after you have created the navigation bar, we will break the next chunks into sections. Okay, the next chunks that are going to come are going to be the section. So it can be about me, it can be contact. As you can see, it can be the projects that I have built, and it can be anything that you want right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to come ahead with the section tag, and we are going to give it a class name. And then we are going to, so over here, I have written something about myself.